First week of high school football practice throughout the state of Michigan rolls on, and day two brings us to another defending state champion, and Jason Utton along with Brett Bakita. I'm not sure if 10 years ago we said we'd be sitting here at Mona Shores coming off a state championship, anyone would have believed us. But here we are. I mean, 10 years ago, most people wouldn't have believed this could have happened.
And we know the time of year is right because we're sweating. It's hot, right? Training camp. It feels like, I think it's 90 degrees out here. But no, and credit to Matt Koziak, who had a vision. I always love guys who get a chance to return home to their alma mater where they played, have that sailor pride like he does. Then you put a staff together, you have a vision, and then it comes to fruition. And it did for Mona Shores last year. Their first ever state championship, as you alluded to in football, and deservedly so. I mean, they've just kept climbing the ladder. They have Muskegon that everyone knows is kind of the big team in their conference. There's a rivalry there, but what's cool about it, as we've always said, and we see this in other conferences too within the OK Conference and divisions, is that you might go your separate ways though, depending on how the divisions fall, and that's the case for Mona Shores and for Muskegon. I'm happy for them because they don't have to beat each other up in the playoffs. They both made it to the state championship game last year in 2 and 3.
Well, and a solid amount of returners coming back for the Sailors as well off that state championship team last year in Division II. A couple of them plus Coach Koziak on 2020 coming off that state championship.
I didn't have to make them embrace it. They just kind of said, it's ours and somebody's got to take it, which is true to the case for anybody who wins it. And so they're excited about that challenge. You know, that's why we wanted to play the best. You know, the River Rouge thing kind of fell through, but we wanted to do that. And King, we wanted King again. And just to show that, hey, you know, it's hopefully not a fluke.
Another state championship, and just being around each other, you know, pushing each other, you know, looking at your brothers to your left and your right, just being with each other.
I know they're excited to get us started because we didn't know if we're having a season or not, and right now we are, so we're probably more excited than we would have been if it was a normal year.
Well, Brett, let's talk a little Brady Rose because he was so good. Second half of that semifinal game after Caden Bursman went down, and then that state championship game. It's his show this year. Going to be fun to watch.
That's what high school athletics is all about, Jay, is what Brady Rose went through. He gets to 2 starts early because of the injury, but he's just a natural athlete, and then you never know when your number is going to be called. It's called in the semifinals, one of the epic games in high school football playoff history. They pull it out, get a chance to play for a state championship, and oh, by the way, his number's called again, and he leads him to a state championship, and now he's back for his senior year. I mean, that's why you play high school athletics. Congrats to him, and they're going to rely even more on him, it sounds like, this year.
Well, and the schedule's tough. River Rouge and Detroit Martin Luther King in the non-conference, and then the new look OK Green this year. Muskegon comes over with Shores. You got Zeeland East and Zeeland West there, and tonight on Fox 17 News at 10, Zach Herrick stays in the division. He's talking to the Muskegon Big Reds.